It's time for our third game in the St. Catherine Martin Luther King Girls Basketball Invite. Mike Peden and Jordyn Cooke with you once again. We've got ourselves a good one. Two teams that don't play each other often. A pair of 2A schools, Rochester Lourdes in 1-2A and Duluth Marshall in 7-2A. Jordyn, looking at this matchup, of course, with Duluth Marshall, that means Chloe Johnson. She has been a huge playmaker ever since she suited up for varsity, among the state leaders in points, rebounds, assists. She really is a do-everything kind of player.
Yeah, she is.
And for Rochester Lourdes, Lauren Hust and Aaliyah Williams are the big scores to watch. Hust averaging 19.6, Aaliyah Williams 13.2, but she did go off for 34 earlier this season. And as they do the lineups, what excites you about this one, Jordyn? I'm guessing this will be your first chance to see Chloe Johnson.
Yeah. I'm pretty excited to see Chloe Johnson shoot threes. Looking forward to see Rochester Lourdes play their game, be aggressive. I see they have a pretty tall player on Chloe Johnson's team that seems very aggressive and will rebound.
Aggressive would sound about right, averaging 8.9 rebounds. Chloe's rebounding has dropped off a bit, but she got a lot of help with one of the new arrivals coming over from Lithuania, Gabby Kresiskati, 7 feet tall. Here are the starters for the two sides. Rochester Lourdes, Lauren Hust, Ella Shedevi, Allison Restovich, Lily Davik, and Aaliyah Williams. Duluth Marshall will start Candace Endome, Kyron Berger, Chloe Johnson, Morgan Lucero, and Gabby Kresiskati. Rochester Lourdes 10-5. Duluth Marshall 10-6. The Hilltoppers not afraid to schedule tough. They've played Minnehaha Academy, Providence Academy already. As we get underway, Aaliyah Williams with the steal. Again, she and Hust are going to be the players to watch.
Great take by Rochester Lourdes.
That is Hust. Duluth Marshall, they played in this event for the last few years, and they have done quite well. There's Gabby. Gabby at 6'7". She's only an 8th grader.
8th grader.
And 6'7", 8th grader. If her growth plates haven't closed, and I can't say for sure one way or another, but I'm thinking if her growth plates haven't closed yet, she may still have a couple inches to go.
Yeah.
Lucero can't hit the three. Rebound picked up by Hust. Johnson with the takeaway.
Great shot, Johnson.
Chloe Johnson getting some early cheddar cheese biscuits. Her followers will know what I'm talking about. Lauren Hust knows what she's talking about when it comes to her three-point stroke. Lauren Hust, again averaging just under 20.
Good from Lauren.
Steal, Lauren. Nothing doing. A little more English was needed there. Hilltoppers on the move. Kyron Berger scores. That's a 4-point swing effectively, Jordyn.
Swing, yes.
This game being played at a breakneck pace in the early going, 6-5, or 7-5, 16:05. I'm getting my numbers. This game is so fast I can't keep my numbers straight anymore. Moral of the story, Jordyn, I'm not as perfect as I look. You may think I know what I'm talking about, but even I have my mulligans. Here comes Chloe. Ooh, she left that one short too. You don't see that often. Chloe's usually money. Williams around the screen, lets it fly, can't connect.
Rebound. You got a rebound.
That's what Lucero does. Lucero, one of the mainstays at Duluth Marshall. Up in the iron range, a lot of transfers taking place. Here's a three from the corner, and Dome can't knock
Johnson
it down.
with the rebound.
There's Johnson. Well, she's good for a few rebounds. And Endome will get the second chance layup. When you got someone like Chloe, Lauren, it doesn't matter if you make or miss. Chloe's going to be there to clean up. Hilltoppers up by 4. 3 on the way. Rebound goes to Johnson. Eagles and Hilltoppers. Southern Minnesota, Northern Minnesota.
Ooh,
Johnson fouled, and she'll shoot 3. Now, Chloe Johnson, to give you a sense of her expertise, 28.7. That is in the top 10 in the state. She's been moving her way up since her 7th grade season. Chloe already has 3 40-point games, including 47 against Hibbing. She has 6 double-doubles and picked up a triple-double in the win over Ely. Gets 2 of 3 there. Last year at this event against Holy Angels, she struggled. She was able to get a double-double out of it. That's a foul on Krasaskadi. But Chloe does not get discouraged easily, so if she has a rough game, she finds other ways to get involved. But it's Rochester Lourdes with the ball. 14:30 left in the first.
Duluth Marshall has some great defense going on right now.
It helps when you've got a 6'7", 8th grader. You talk about length. You saw that with Callie Oakland. Now apply that to a 6'7", 14-year-old, basically. Another 3. In and out.
Oh.
There's that lengthy reach, but she can't get the rebound. That will go to Lily Davick. Restovich.
3 from Rochester Lourdes with a 3.
Ella Shedovy drains it for the Eagles. 11-8, still a long way to go. Lucero, driving kick, Endome. Off the rim. That was a knock by Endome. Well, Jordyn, you're 6'1". Have you ever had to go against a 6'7" player?
Yes, I have.
I'm guessing that's not too fun.
It's not.
And you factor in a lengthy wingspan as we get a baseline jumper for Aaliyah Williams. 11-10 the score. Johnson on the coast-to-coast dribble drive comes up short. Rochester Lourdes, they've had some history in this sport. Alyssa Usby, their most notable player in recent years, finishing out her college career in North Carolina. Williams, 3-ball, corner pocket. And Rochester Lourdes.
A lot of ball movement.
Well, with players like Williams and Hust scoring as well as they have, I think you would expect some.
Yeah.
And Lourdes was one of the early favorites to get out of Section 1-2A. Berger lost the handle, was going to reset and lost her grip. Williams harassed. Lord will reset. It's Hust for three. This grazes the front iron. There's Johnson. Johnson, the third fastest player to score 1,000 points, did so against Minnehaha Academy last year in what was her career high at the time, which she has since passed. Rochester Lourdes taking a timeout. For 11:41 left in the first half. Eagles with a 2-point lead. Jordyn, this game is moving by really fast.
Really fast.
What is it like for you? I'm guessing you've seen your share of tempos. What is it like playing against a team that wants to run it, against a team that likes to take their time a little more?
We just got to be by their game pace and stay with them whole time, whole game, and have the same confidence they have.
Well, Rochester Lourdes, they've had a lot of success over the years. They've won several state championships, although their last one, you got to go back to 2005. They were a force in the early 90s, early 2000s, and returned to the big dance last year. So Rochester Lourdes getting a couple of subs in. This is Nadia Breton. Finds her teammate. That was Amelia Truty, but nothing doing on the three.
Great finish.
Kyron Berger makes it even at 13. Also known as the worst score to have if you suffer from triskaidekaphobia. I suppose you know what that means.
No.
Well, I'll explain in a moment. Waiting to see how this play pans out. The turnaround, rebound, Endom. So triskaidekaphobia, Jordyn, fear of the number 13.
Fear the number 13.
Back in the day when people were more superstitious, 13 was associated with bad luck. Although around here, 13 is a pretty good number. That was Lindsay Whalen's number. So around here, there was a different fear of 13.
Okay.
And by that, I mean teams that had to go against Lindsay Whalen. That was a 13 you did not want to mess with.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I've taught you something, Jordyn. Now it's your turn at some point. No, you've taught me quite a bit already. Johnson on the kick out. No three for Lucero. And a rebound and the floater.
Great finish.
And Asari was a starter last year, comes off the bench this year. And not unlike your situation, Jordyn, where you switch teams and have to take on a different role.
Yeah.
As we get a three from Lourdes, that is pure. It's Truty. Although in Sari's case, it had to do with players coming in. In your case, it was making the move to another team. Lucero to Berger. Her three bounces off the support strap, and that will be a dead ball rebound. Well, looking at the leaderboards, Chloe Johnson, 6th in the state, 28.7, behind Tori Orline, Madden Greenway, Addie Mack. Addison Hoof and Morgan Mathiowicz are in the 1-2 positions. And Chloe also in the top 10 in total assists. Somebody came in when they weren't supposed to. They set off the emergency alarm. Oh, we would have gotten away with it, Jordyn, if it wasn't for those meddling kids.
Right.
Chloe Johnson Metals her way inside, and she'll shoot 2. You may know about Chloe's story, Jordyn, or do you?
I don't.
Well, last year, the Star Tribune put out a lengthy feature on her. She deals specifically with OCD and also has a form of selective mutism, so a lot of mental conditions that she had to work through. But basketball is her comfort zone, to put it lightly. College coaches, when they approach her, she's been recruited by all the big ones, seemingly. Her parents and coaches say, don't treat Chloe like a teenager, treat her like a student of the game. She talks basketball at an advanced level. Chloe Johnson splits at the line. She also has an opinion about flag football. She really loves the sport, and she's hoping the Minnesota State High School League will add it to the list of sanctioned sports down the road.
I hope they do.
Well, I guess you won't have time to play flag football as a high schooler, but there are some women's teams if you ever had that itch to play after you're done with college basketball, I presume.
Yeah.
Because I did see you have a few offers as we get a 3 from Lourdes. That siren is driving me crazy. Meanwhile, we get an offensive rebound for Lourdes. There's Williams looking for space. Got hounded, and she'll shoot 2. Williams averaging 13.2 points per game. Elliott going in to see if he can do anything about that siren. I think we're going to have to wait for staffers to get in here. I feel like the Grinch. Oh, the noise, noise, noise. Williams missing the front end, a track and basketball athlete. Get this, Jordyn. I'm sure you've heard about the Harlem Globetrotters. Well, when they came to Rochester, she got to play with them for 2 minutes, where she showcased her ball handling skills at 7 and 8 years old.
That's wonderful.
Now, I know the Globetrotters, it's more about the show than the skill set, but you got to have some skills if you want to play for the Globetrotters.
Yeah.
You think, is that in your future, you think?
Yeah.
You'd suit up for the Globetrotters if they came calling?
Yeah.
Well, I know they have a rivalry with the Generals that they have won quite a bit of games there. And they have a pretty one-sided rivalry, I should say. Lourdes with the possession, and the ball and the possession, they mean the same thing. Here's a baseline J.
Oh, left her wide open.
Ruby Fleece couldn't knock it down, but they had a trailer. Amelia Truty and Jordyn, that's why it's important to have a trailer. 1916, Eagles over Hilltoppers. Lucero, out to Mariah Lucero. There are 2 of them. Here come, Sorry for the finish.
That was a great finish.
Sorry with a couple of buckets, and Anna, yay! Truty for 3, swish. Well, the players didn't seem bothered by that siren. We were a bit closer, though. Johnson, long 2. Can't get it to go. 22-18. Eagles over Hilltoppers. Duluth Marshall. They haven't been to state in a while, but we've talked about Alyssa Usby a few years ago. They had a D1 commit and a great score in Gianna Neepkins.
Oh.
And Neepkins, in her last state tournament game, set the all-time single-game scoring record, 67 points.
Yes.
She's playing at Utah now. Needless to say, the talent pool extends far and wide.
5 seconds.
That seemed like a quick 5-second call.
Yeah, it
Or maybe
did.
I wasn't paying attention.
It did.
Yeah, so I thought it might have been a quick 5 seconds, but I'm up here, not down there, so it's a 5-second call.
Yeah.
And that's that. And Dome. Desari for 3. Short. After fielding it at the high post, Davick draws the foul. She'll shoot 2, averaging 7.8 this season for the Eagles. Gets the front end to drop. Lily Davick, a volleyball, basketball athlete. How about this for other activities, Jordyn? You talk about versatility. Davick is an avid equestrian and has competed at the national level.
Okay.
Sorry, draining the runner. And to finish up on Davick, equestrian, that means horses, so horse sports, so to speak. I have run into a few athletes who do horseback riding and other equestrian activities, but it's still fascinating as Krasuskaite gets the rebound. Still working on getting that name down. It's a mouthful, but I'm sure coming over here and immersing in American culture is not easy either. But Gabby doing her best. Sorry to Johnson. Deep 3. Bullseye.
Ooh.
Chloe Johnson will
Shoot anywhere.
I think it's safe to say she will. She plays for all Iowa attack. Jumped up to the top 11th grade team 2 summers ago, coming off her 7th grade year. She jumped from Minnesota Sun Starks and then went to all Iowa attack. And her coach was asked about that and said, I'm fine with it. Her trainer and AAU coach, Dayami Starks. I think he and everyone else who has worked with Chloe knows they're getting a masterful player. That was a masterful drive. Amelia Truty, 10 points off the bench. She averages 7 a game, so this is not unusual territory for her. 26-23. Every time Chloe has that ball, you never know what she'll do with it.
You never know.
She can dish, she can score. And Dome says right back at you. 26-25, 1-point game. Williams fouled by Ndome. Rochester growing in size. They've got several schools, Lourdes, Century, Marshall. They take another timeout. 26-25. Well, Jordyn, now that we've had a chance to get settled in, okay, I guess we're not done with sirens blaring at us here. But now that you've had a chance to soak this one in, what have you noticed as this game has evolved? Because it seems like both teams are pretty even.
Yeah, both teams are doing pretty good. From what I see from Duluth Marshall, Chloe Johnson is doing her thing, shooting threes from anywhere, and her teammates are doing their thing, shooting threes everywhere.
Oh, and it's not just the threes. She's averaging just under 6 assists per game.
Assists, threes. They're having help side from Rochester Lourdes. They're doing the exact same thing, shooting threes and having help side and playing their game.
Well, I guess that's why it's a 1-point margin.
Yeah.
But when Gabby came over from Lithuania, Chloe Johnson's mom sent me a photo. I've gotten a chance to know the Johnsons over the last couple of years through the work they do here. Well, the work that I do, I guess I should say, the games they come to, because Duluth Marshall makes a few Metro visits. She showed me a side-by-side photo of Chloe Johnson and Gabby Krasuskaite. Chloe is 6 feet, Gabby 6'7", and Chloe looks so tiny.
Yeah.
Not often where she looks small, being at 6 feet. Back to action after the timeout. Rebound collected by Gabby. There is Kyron Berger. Duluth Marshall, Jordyn, they've been mixing it up. We've seen some outside shots. We've seen them go in for a few takes. Again, 7-2A. Got a huge infusion of talent. And speaking of talent, there is one in Lauren Hust, the junior. Huston Williams, a junior sophomore. Johnson stepping into the 3. Again, Johnson has that range. I remember covering her as a 7th grader, and I'd never seen someone look as polished as she did. Deep 3 for the Eagles. It's pure. It's Truty.
That was a great shot. You got to close out on the shooters quicker.
And an extra element that you normally don't see, as Sorry lost the handle. We're playing on a college court. Jordyn, you know this. You played at Northwestern for the Capital City Classic over the holidays. When you're playing a college court, you have that second three-point line because you have the college line and the high school line. A lot of players instinctively go to that first line, which is the college line. So if you have that range, that helps in a big time as Davik scores. Biggest lead of the game for the Eagles of Rochester Lourdes. Sorry, swish. Sorry with 8 off the bench. I don't know what you had in the scouting report, Jordyn, but apparently the bench players are going to be the ones to watch today.
Yeah.
Sorry with 8 off the bench, and remember, she went from a starting role to a bench role. And Truty with 13. 3 more. That's for 2. I stand corrected. David was on the line, but still. Here comes Johnson. Put on the brakes in time. It's Chloe Johnson. I don't think she'll have any issues with her footwork.
3.
Sorry, lets it go. Bullseye.
29-35.
35-32 now.
Yeah.
Jordyn, apparently everything I thought I knew coming into this game has gone out the window.
Yeah.
Although Sorry averages 8.5. So
Rebound.
Gabby picks it up. Gabby averaging about 5.5 per game, if you're curious. Johnson blows by her defender. You can't let her open like that. You got to make sure someone's on her, or she's going to do that to you 10,000 times over.
Yep.
It's still fun to watch, though.
It is.
That will be you one day, right?
Yeah.
Blowing by defenders, laying it in. Davik. Gabby's on her. So she hits the fadeaway. All right. Davik apparently doesn't care about having a 6'7" player guarding her.
No, she don't.
Chloe, side fade.
Got a rebound.
And that's what Williams does. 37-34, just over a minute left. Eagles in transition again. Truty already blew past her season high. Her previous best was 11. Here comes Ndome. Draws the foul. She'll shoot 2. With 50 seconds left in this one. But 7-2A. Reagan Juneman was at Duluth Marshall, made the move to Crosby Ironton. And the Hilltoppers picking up a lot of transfers as well to mix it up with the returning players. As Ndome gets the front end to go. Ndome this season averaging 7.2 a game, shooting 63% from the line. Makes both there. Chloe Johnson, though, I feel, is really putting a spotlight up in Duluth and trying to build up that program. Davik, short on the J. Johnson over pursued, but there was a lot of black. And Ndome leaks ahead. Oh, can't get the roll. I thought it was going in.
I thought so, too.
Shot clock is off. It feels like we just started, though.
It does.
Lourdes will hold for the final shot. Williams to Hust. Johnson staying with her.
Going down.
That's heads-up defense. It's never easy when you have to defend against a slasher. So many players get caught with a grab or a reach. Chloe
Yeah.
stayed up, and Duluth Marshall has 5 seconds to do something with it. Chloe, here she comes. Is it Chloe Johnson time? You bet it is! Chloe drains the rudder to beat the buzzer. 5 seconds, that was more than enough.
It was.
She had a second to spare, I think. 39-38, Jordyn.
Close game.
What a wild first half.
A wild first half.
What are your thoughts?
They're both doing really good. 38-39, very close game. They're both being very aggressive with the assists, the passes, the threes. They're shooting from anywhere.
These two teams are hitting it from just about everywhere. We're going to need a break just to catch our breath. But we've got lots more action coming your way. This is the St. Catherine Martin Luther King girls basketball invite. Rochester Lourdes leads Duluth Marshall 39-38.
Twin Cities sports broadcasting, and a whole lot more. That's what you get from TSB Television. We provide long-lasting digital coverage of your favorite athletes from the preps to the pros. Dazzling moves.
Holloman, good if it goes. Yes!
Game winners.
From James. She's in trouble. Finds James. Toss shot! It goes in!
And everything in between.
Before we let you go, do you want to say hi to anybody?
Oh, I don't know. That put me on the spot there.
If you want to connect with our audience, visit us at patreon.com/TSB Television or sponsor our coverage through PayPal and Cash App. Thank you for watching.
I'm Mike Peden. She's Jordyn Cooke as we are ready to start the second half. High school girls basketball, Duluth Marshall and Rochester Lourdes, part of the St. Catherine Martin Luther King girls basketball invite. 39-38, Rochester Lourdes with a 1-point lead in a game that has been back and forth from the start. First half numbers. Amelia Truty, 15 off the bench to lead the Eagles, already a new season high. Lily Davick with 8, Lauren Hust with 7. For Duluth Marshall, Chloe Johnson with 13, and Asari with 11. Jordyn, both teams getting some production out of their big names and some production from their bench players. What do you think is going to make the difference in the second half?
The difference, I think they're just going to still be aggressive and get up the court and rebound and continue shooting their threes.
When you're in a tight game like this, how does that affect strategy? Because there's a lot of things going well for both teams. We haven't seen too many lulls or lapses. Could a run later, I'm thinking maybe one scoring run might be the difference if a team can get on one.
Yeah, just keeping the same energy and slowing down because you know you got a shot clock, so you don't want to rush through things, and just keeping the same pace that you had in the beginning.
Here we go, 18 more minutes. Duluth Marshall 10-6, Rochester Lourdes 10-5. Lourdes trying to
Great
get
take
there.
by
Ooh. Blocking foul called after the shot. So,
great take by Chloe.
well, that was a great take. The foul came a little late, but that's all right. I still find it amusing that Chloe wants to take up flag football.
Yeah.
I know it's a popular activity for powder puff. I don't know if you remember those days, Jordyn, or maybe
Yeah.
your mom did, and some schools still do it. The powder puff flag football game. Chloe Johnson adds 2 more, 15 points. The third fastest player to 1,000. And she still has 3.5 more seasons of varsity ball left. Who knows what she can do, but I think she's really putting a spotlight and helping grow the game up in the Duluth area. I've been told sometimes Duluth and Rochester, well, they have lots of success back in the day, but Duluth has had a harder time building up the ranks. Chloe Johnson and her crew might be changing that. Chloe, big
Great
lane.
finish, Chloe.
And with someone of her intellect, you know exactly what she's going to do. 17 for Chloe. Duluth Marshall leads by 3.
Ooh.
That's going to be a foul on Indome. David fakes, gets around Gabby.
With the block.
Crosses Cuddy with the block. Johnson.
Another foul.
And right now, that seems to be the only way you can stop her. Otherwise, I think she's taking that in again. Chloe, again, has played in this event every year. Gabby, the turnaround. High, rainbow goes in.
That was nice.
And another assist for Chloe. I know they're not keeping track of assists on the board, but that is what makes Chloe a beast to deal with. It's not the scoring, it's the distributing as well. Hust for 3.
Short.
And Duluth Marshall, they've scored the first 6 points of this second half. They have won 6 of their last 7. They lost to Minnehaha 88-69, but look at the teams they played, Jordyn. Providence Academy, Orono, Benilde St. Margaret's, Rockridge, Hopkins. High-low, Chloe. Wow!
Okay, Chloe.
I see you, Chloe. I see you. Do you see that adjustment?
I see
That was Michael Jordan-esque. An adjustment down low. I thought she was going to put herself in a bad spot, but I should know better. Foul on Gabby. Chloe's way too smart to take a silly shot like that.
Way too smart.
I've covered Chloe not as much as I'd like to because I can't get to Duluth that often, but
Yeah.
she still finds ways to amaze me. Right now, though, we've got Davik at the line, our equestrian expert. What are some of your other activities, Jordyn? I know you played volleyball, but what else do you do for fun?
For fun, I hang out with friends and family, go to the movies. That's really it.
So a little more traditional than taking up equestrian sports. Well, we got to sign you up. No. It is a reminder, though. We talk so much about athletes. As Chloe tried to go down low, didn't work out. Now she'll pull up for 3. That doesn't go in. We get so, I think, caught up sometimes on numbers and rankings and stats and what they do in basketball that you sometimes forget, hey, it's just a part of you.
Yeah, it is.
All right, so you don't have any, I don't want to say weird, but, well, you did tell me about how your sleeping habits, but that's about it.
Yeah.
So what you're trying to tell me is that you're not too far off the traditional normal basketball player. I don't know where I was going with that. Berger to Endome, cross court. Sari's got it. Bounce pass underneath to Berger. That didn't work out. Endome swoops in there. Second chance for the Hilltoppers who lead 46-41. Chloe, another 3. That one looked good, just didn't go in. Williams steps into the 3, off the heel. Chloe Johnson coming off that triple-double in the win over Ely, gets the rebound.
Good pass.
Dishes to Lucero. Dead ball rebound to Duluth Marshall. And I like you pointing that out, Jordyn, because even though not every pass will lead to an assist, I think it's important to remember, hey, sometimes you get a good look or a great pass that sets up a good look. Just because it doesn't go in doesn't mean it's a bad play.
Yep.
Lucero. That's Morgan. You'll see Mariah come off the bench. Endome.
Ooh, good finish.
Endome needed to ad-lib a little bit at the end, but she knows how to navigate through the lane.
Yes, she does.
I've seen that a couple of times now. Restovich.
Gotta have help side on that.
Well, Restovich didn't need any help. She took it in herself. And a timeout, Rochester Lourdes. They have 2 left by my count. 13:21 to go. 48-43, Jordyn. Duluth Marshall coming out flying here to start this second half, but still a long way to go.
A long way to go.
Restovich has scored the last bucket. Resto is her nickname. I wonder where she got that from. And a 3-sport athlete, soccer, basketball, and softball. And like we said before, when you get the smaller schools involved, we'll see a few more of them in our next game. Walker, Hackensack, Akeley, Winona Cotter, Minnehaha Academy later, and then Providence. You get a lot of multi-sport athletes just because you need them. You don't have the big enrollment to draw from. What did you enjoy most about volleyball, though? We talked in the last game. You played in that. You felt it helped you prep for basketball, but what else did you get out of it?
The encouragement I got from my teammates and getting to know people while I'm standing at the net, laughing along with other people, the other opponents. That's what I enjoyed the most. Getting to know about the other team while we're waiting to do our next play.
Lourdes with the takeaway. And for the first time in this game, we are seeing Angel Adubobi. She came over from Hermantown. Again, Duluth Marshall working with a lot of new pieces. Much different look.
Take. Up, reverse layup.
Rochester Lourdes, I'll say this much, they've got a stud off the bench in terms of offense. I know it's one game, and I don't get to see Lourdes often, but they are getting a lot of production out of number 31. And Amelia, here's a three from Sorry. Amelia, Jordyn, this may seem crazy. Amelia's a 7th grader. She doesn't look like one.
She doesn't.
Then again, I said the same thing about Chloe Johnson 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I said the same thing about Addie Mack when I saw her play. Cross-court skip. 3 ball. That's Restovich, can't knock it down. And a dead ball rebound to the Hilltoppers. Kyron Berger says, don't forget about me.
Don't forget about her.
Well, just like I wouldn't forget about you, even if you do come off the bench at North. No, I had a chance to check out their game on D9 night. That was quite the atmosphere. That's Berger with the steal. Tried to drive through and drew the foul. D9 night, known as Divinity 9. Members of the 9 primarily black fraternities and sororities paid a visit. And for a while, I thought, why does this crowd look so small? I didn't realize all the sorors were on the other side of the bleachers.
Yeah.
And when I saw them take the floor, like, okay. That was a fun night, though.
It was.
I know you were in the locker room, so I don't know if you got to see the gathering, but they were strutting their stuff on the court. Of course, your 2 coaches, your aunt and Brianna, both Delta members. Chloe Johnson, the Delta of of Duluth Marshall's game. Even in plays where she doesn't score, that step back, she just looks so polished out there.
She does.
Another scramble. A great day to spend some time watching basketball. Here's an elbow J. Guess who? the 7th grade wonder, Amelia Truty. Johnson blocked. I still can't wrap my head around that, Jordyn.
Yeah.
And when did you start playing varsity ball?
I started playing varsity ball my sophomore year.
Let's see. You're a latecomer.
Yeah.
Compared to some of these players anyway. There's never a bad time to start, I'll say that much. Steal, and now Truty will lead the fast break and score her first 20-point game, 50-49. Well, this venue has been a showcase for up-and-coming talent. Here's Berger, the three is true. Timeout, Duluth Marshall. Another assist for Johnson, but someone's got to put a lid on Amelia Truty if you're a Duluth Marshall fan.
Yes.
53-49. Jordyn, when you see players like that from 7th grade, I'm sure you heard about Chloe Johnson a couple years ago and Madden Greenway, but when you see players succeed like this at an early age, an early level, what do you make of it? I'm guessing you've had to go against a few of these youngsters.
I think it's wonderful because it's nice seeing them still play at a young age against older classmen.
10-15 to go. Rochester Lourdes again winning 4 straight, looking to make it 5. They've won 8 of their last 9. Started the year on a slow footing, lost to Caledonia, Goodhue, Castle Manorville, Byron, but they've turned it around. They're in the Hiawatha Valley League, so they have another round with the likes of Goodhue and Byron. And then they end the regular season against a team we're going to see in our next game, Winona Cotter, a section rival, 1AA. Jordyn has practiced, so I'll hold the fort, but don't worry. I hope we'll see Jordyn again. I wouldn't mind having you back.
Oh, thank you.
Hust, short on the 3. I think I figured out what the problem was. They didn't find Truty. No, I tease. Jordyn and I have iterated this many times. You cannot win this sport 1-on-5. Well, you haven't yet on the mic, but I'm sure your coaches have told you that. I'm sure you've told your teammates. You don't win this sport alone.
We don't.
And Chloe has a thorough understanding of that virtue. Johnson cross court. It's Lucero. Her 3 offline. 53-49. 9.5 to play in the second. This is Fleece. Fouled.
Great take, Trudy.
Fleece will shoot 2, averaging 4.5 per game as a junior. Has only had 6 attempts at the free throw line, though, so I can't give you a whole lot about Ruby. Just because it's a small sample size. But doing a deeper dive as Fleece completes this free throw trip. And we'll take a split. That gets her on the board. Lourdes 6 of 8. That shot doesn't go down for the Hilltoppers. Rebound, Davik. Fleece, another take.
Good finish.
That's her first
Good
field goal.
by Ruby.
And it's 53-52, back to a 1-point margin. Lots of white jerseys. And that results in a takeaway. It's Fleece again, too strong. Davik there to clean it up. And the Eagles reassume command. Lucero fakes.
Cut.
Morgan to Berger. Now Chloe has it, wanting to set up Mariah Lucero. Can't bank it in. Rochester Lourdes led by 1 at halftime. Ooh, Bit of a knockdown there from Morgan Lucero. Truty. Bounce pass to Williams. What a day for Truty. 17-footer for Davik is short. Chloe Johnson with the rebound.
What a great take. And one.
Wubba, 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 woo, woo, woo. Chloe Johnson eating some more cheddar cheese biscuits. If you're wondering about that cheddar cheese biscuit, I should explain there is a certain Instagram influencer out there who adds his own amusing commentary to highlights, and whenever he does a Chloe Johnson reel, he drops that line more than once because Chloe Johnson, you've seen her play with that take of hers. I mean, cheddar cheese biscuits, I can't think of a more apropos summarization. Duluth Marshall retakes the lead. Davik, kick out. It's Fleece. Looking. Truty. Hands it off to Hust. Chloe Johnson. Dishes.
Yes. Great pass. Great
Berger,
assist.
the beneficiary. Jordyn, you took the words out of my mouth. I thought Chloe was going to go for it, and she pulled off that no-look shovel pass ever so effortlessly. Something tells me, I know you're going to be leaving high school soon. Something tells me you might be going back and watching some game film, seeing if you can absorb any element of Chloe Johnson's game. Chloe with 22. Here comes Williams.
Ooh,
extra
great
pass to
pass.
Davik.
That was a great pass.
Rochester Lourdes says, all right, if Chloe can pull that off, so can we. So, Davik back to the line. She has 12 points, averaging 7.8. She's approaching a season high. I was looking up Trudy's numbers, by the way, Jordyn. Until today, she had only reached double digits 3 times. And an offensive rebound gives Lord another chance, but they can't get the 3 to fall. Hust trying to pressure Johnson. Chloe's not going to be rattled that easily. Berger, 3 off the rim. Davik on the take.
Ooh.
Beat Gabby, but couldn't put it in the cup.
Can't leave Chloe out.
No, because for a second I thought she was going to launch it.
I thought she was too.
It wouldn't surprise me if she could. Nope, she's going to kick out instead. Well, that didn't work out. Rebound. Chloe races in. Gabby got the tip. We've come to expect this out of Chloe Johnson. She'll try the same move again. Bullseye.
A great assist by Chloe Johnson.
What's the saying? If at first you don't succeed? You've never heard that saying? Okay, well, I'm teaching you all the idioms today. All the axioms, idioms, and expressions. 61-55, largest lead of the game for Duluth Marshall. 5:18 to go. Davik used up the dribble. 10 to shoot. The shot clock really hasn't come into play. Williams fires short. Rebound. Davik collects. Gabby's on her, so she needs to find an open player. It's Hust, and that's short. So, Jordyn, the saying, your aunt can explain this. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And that was what I was referencing when Chloe did the drive and kick on 2 occasions after the first try didn't work out for Berger. Hust with the steal. One-on-one with Johnson. Lord, they've lost their touch from the floor. Can't get it to go. 4.5 to play. And Chloe looking to make some moves, make some magic happen. Okay, she's going to pad her rebound numbers. Duluth Marshall taking a timeout. They lead 63-55 with 4:24 to go. Seems odd that you would take a timeout after a putback by Chloe, but maybe just trying to get some rest for your players.
Yeah.
You said this in the last game. We think about it more with hockey, with line changes, but in basketball, when you have a continuous stream of action going without much of a stop, it can get on those reserves. It can wear them down a bit.
Yeah, it can.
All right, what are your thoughts on Chloe Johnson? Now that you've had a chance to see her in person.
Chloe's playing her game tonight. She's doing her thing today.
I'm guessing it's one thing to see it on highlights, but to see it up close.
Yeah.
And just throughout the flow of this game, Chloe, to me, she possessed this intellect about her since 7th grade, but it never looks like she's doing anything silly or ill-advised. Everything she does with purpose.
Yeah, she does.
You'll see other players sometimes try to force it. Chloe, and I'm sure she has her moments too, but not today.
Not today.
But what a great story for Chloe. And going back to the feature on OCD, it was Chip Scoggins who wrote the piece. Chip, coincidentally, wrote another feature many years ago when Chloe's family was trying to find resources to combat OCD, and they found one on one of Tartan's top players, Anthony Sullivan, I believe his name is, who was a coach for a time. And Chloe's family got in touch with him. Anthony explained, here's what you got to do to help Chloe get through this or adapt to it. They said the toughest part is you're going to feel so mean doing it, but it's going to help Chloe in the long run. It has. Right now, though, we've got free throws coming up for Rochester Lourdes because they're in the bonus. Here's a chance for them to make a fight of it, trailing by 8. This is 1-1. And this is Fleece at the line. And Rochester Lourdes, they played a great game up until these last few minutes when that shooting touch seemed to go away.
Yeah.
But this is where free throws can help. You score with the clock stopped, you get a chance to gather yourself. And here we are, 6-point game. Lourdes not out of it. Morgan Lucero tried the drive and kick. Now Chloe. Hust on her. She'll try to work off a screen. Now she'll back off, reset. Still plenty of time left in this one.
10 seconds.
Chloe just biding her time.
Oh.
I don't think that's what Duluth Marshall was looking for. And kind of like the last game, that keeps a pathway open. Lourdes.
Oh.
Great cut down low, but no bucket. They needed that. 3 from the key. That could have been a dagger, but Endome collects the O-board. Johnson. Bullseye.
Okay. Can't leave Johnson out.
Well, Chloe knew that players were closing in on her, was just waiting until she could get just enough space to knock it down. 27 for Chloe Johnson. A pedestrian day, so to speak. She has 3 40-point games to her credit, but when you think about all the assists she has tallied, here is Truty looking for the 3. Rebound, put back, Fleece. Jordyn, I don't know how Lourdes will fare because I don't get to cover Section 1 all that much being in the Twin Cities, but I think Rochester Lourdes has a bright future ahead of them.
I think so too.
When you look at all the players they're going to have coming back in Hust and Williams, you've got Fleece, a junior, off the bench. And Truty, just a 7th grader. Lord could be in position. We have a timeout with 2:40 to go. It will be taken by Lord. They'll have 1 left, so a 6-point game, Jordyn. But I was going to say, I think the future for Rochester Lourdes is a bright one.
Yeah.
With all the talent that will be back next year. That's going to be a good feeling to have. How are you handling this senior year, by the way? Because I don't know if you had a new school in the cards, so you only get to experience North for a year, but has it hit you yet, or you think it'll come after the season?
No, I think it will come after the season. It's been pretty good this year. Nothing has been hard or anything. But, yeah.
Well, a few more notes I wanted to get in about Rochester Lourdes. Lauren Hust, a soccer basketball player. Ella Shedovy, she has an identical twin sister and is involved in seemingly every activity you can offer at Rochester Lourdes, and a 3-sport athlete. On the Duluth Marshall side, again, Morgan Lucero, her nickname is Mo Buckets. Anasari is a pickleball player. That has become a big craze over the last few years. And Kyron Berger, who has made a few plays today. Some people think she looks like Paige Beckers. I mean, Kyron's 5'9", a bit smaller. You know what, though? I would call that a compliment. If you're being compared to Paige Beckers, Duluth Marshall breaks the press. Gabby with the finish. Gabby's been quiet today, 6.8. But again, you know, she's coming in. You talk about transfers. How about coming over from Europe, Lithuania to be precise, and having to adapt to an entirely different culture?
Yeah.
Big 3-point play, though, for Duluth Marshall. Will that be enough to get them to the finish? 69-60. Williams to Davick. Gabby with the block from behind. Then Hust rips it away. Whoa! Fleece with an impressive scoop. That was so surprising, my voice cracked. Johnson will take her time. Duluth Marshall in the proverbial driver's seat. There's a foul. Rochester Lourdes had one to give. If you're going to try to rattle Chloe, you're going to have to work harder than that.
Yeah, you are.
It's not impossible, but again, Chloe is just one of those players with all that polish and poise about her. Johnson losing her defender. Kicks out to Berger again. You bet!
You gotta stay on your player.
And I think that's ball game. Kyron Berger. What a day. Truty missing the 3. Berger has the rebound. Duluth Marshall doesn't have to force it now, but they do have to watch out for that. Truty, Gabby says,
block.
I don't think so. Well, Gabby is 6'7". Truty is not.
That was a great block.
And that's something Duluth Marshall didn't have a year ago. Truty for 3. Bullseye. Still a fine day for Truty, though. 24 points.
24
Why sell it for 2 when you can get 3? But the problem is only a 7-point margin and only 50 seconds left. So Rochester Lourdes needs a couple of stops quick, and they're letting a lot of time go off the clock. You got a foul if you're trying to extend the game. Chloe, well, won't get the kick-out move this time. 5 to shoot. Deep 3. Not there, but Duluth Marshall got exactly the possession they wanted. And they draw the foul.
Rochester Lourdes?
It's on Lord. I was a little surprised they didn't try to foul there because they let 30 seconds tick off the clock. You trail by 7. Of course, I'm up here, so it's easy for me to say it, but I feel like in that situation, you got to extend the game.
Yeah, you do.
You can't let that much time tick away. Now what?
A violation.
I've never seen that happen. Must have been a formation issue, so
Yeah.
no free throws for Gabby, but you only have 20 seconds left, and the clock doesn't stop for a made basket. I don't think Lord is going to have enough time. Hust can't get the finish. How about Chloe Johnson, though? 27 points, a boatload of assists. Duluth Marshall found that extra kick. Truty won't add another 3. Another rebound for Johnson, and that should be enough. Yep, Johnson's going to back off. And Duluth Marshall finds that extra gear, 72-65. Jordyn, you've had a chance to see Chloe up close and personal. What do you think about her now?
I love watching Chloe. She was very aggressive, shooting them threes, giving her teammates really good assists. She played her game today.
She certainly did. And we'll try to get a word with Chloe and Kyron as well before we wrap it up. For this game, Duluth Marshall picks up their 3rd straight win and 7th out of their last 8, 72-65 the final. We're joined by Kyron Berger and Chloe Johnson of Duluth Marshall, who have now won 7 out of their last 8 games. Kyron, we'll start with you. 19 points, and I saw you and Chloe had that drive and kick game down pat. There was one instance where you're like, all right, first time didn't work, let's try it again. How have you adapted to Duluth Marshall and all the new faces to become an impact player like you were today?
I feel like we all had really good we just have really good chemistry from like the start. I don't know, I feel like we just have good chemistry to be able to make those passes and like just know what each other are thinking on the court.
What is it like having a player like Chloe who can score, who can dish, and you never know what she's going to do except you?
It's really nice. I mean, she can make any play possible.
It was back and forth up until late in the second half. You found that extra kick. I think the shooting touch stayed with you. When you're in a game as tight as that one is, where did you find that last gasp of energy to pull ahead?
We need to keep going. We need to make a shot. Just think about the next play, or one play at a time.
And this may seem like a silly question. How often have you and Chloe practiced that drive and kick routine?
Probably every day at practice at least.
Yeah, a lot.
So you're ready for it?
Yeah.
Well, Chloe, 27 points. A normal day for you, I guess. You've had a few 40-point games, but it feels like every year I see you play is a continuation of the evolution you've taken up as a player. You pulled off some moves that just flat out impressed us, especially on the attack. How have you evolved your game over the years?
Well, I work out every day with my trainer and at practice. I just have a lot of confidence in what I do since I work on it every day.
How did that confidence show today? Because from our end, it looked like whenever you held the ball, you knew what to do with it. Maybe you didn't make every single shot, but it never looked like you looked out of place or did anything silly.
Well, I just feel like my IQ is really high, so that's like a reason why I'm just so composed. And then also I have a lot of trust in my teammates, so I don't feel like I have to be sped up.
And, of course, the last couple of years you played with all Iowa attack, and your teammates have included Aaliyah Crump and Ari Peterson and all of the greats in Iowa's high school ranks. I'm guessing that's a lot of miles for you, but how has that helped you in your progression?
I really love all Iowa attack. I feel like the speed has helped me a lot. I just have been pushed out of my comfort zone to play fast and be more physical. So I think attack has helped me a lot as a player.
And in a game like this, I asked this of Kyron, how do you handle it? You've been in a lot of tough battles. You're not afraid to take on anybody when I see the schedule. So when you're in a neck-and-neck game like this, how do you navigate it to try to find that extra kick?
Well, I feel like we have played like all the best teams this year, so I feel like that has helped us a lot since we're ready for good teams like they were. So I think that's probably the main thing that has helped me in like tight situations.
Well, last year you got a lot of attention, of course. You had the Star Tribune story. You scored 1,000 points. It's been about a year now since we all had a chance to learn about you and your background. How have you handled it, and what kind of support? I remember all the floods of Instagram posts that said, way to go, we're behind you, Chloe. What do you think that says about the community support that has rallied around you all these years?
I think it's really cool, all the support I got, and I think it's cool that I can help people.
You can help people, and as one Instagram commentator puts it, you can get those cheddar cheese biscuits too.
Yep, that's a funny guy.
Well, for the two of you, what's ahead? I know you may have a meeting with Crosby Ironton later in the section, but what do you hope to accomplish as you continue the season?
Just game by game, just taking it game by game, like just focusing on ourselves and getting better, and then preparing us for that section.
Yeah, I agree. I think we just need to be really physical and play fast, no matter who we're playing, even if it's not the best competition.
You don't seem to have a problem with that. I heard about your triple-double against Ely and 47 against Hibbing. You come ready to play no matter what, and so does this young woman here. Before we go, do you want to say hi to anybody?
No.
I'm okay.
All right. Well, you'll have to wait until next time, fans. But thanks for stopping by. Seriously, it's always fun to see you play, and I won't complain if you come back here next year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kyron Berger and Chloe Johnson of Duluth Marshall will have plenty more from the St. Catherine MLK girls basketball invite shortly.